2025 has come to a close and it's been absolutely jam-packed with new kit releases. So in today's video, I want to take a look back at some of the best kit to come out this year, talk about some of the trends, and think about what we'd like to see in 2026. Let's get into it. Before making this video, I had an ask around our fantastic technical team who gave me some of their favourite products as well. Some of these didn't necessarily come out this year, but they have been incredibly popular and helpful for our team and customers throughout the year. Anyway, probably one of the biggest shifts this year has to be Nikon finally leveraging their acquisition of RED, and we saw this new partnership flourish in a few different ways. The Nikon ZR had to be the biggest step for them. This camera has been incredibly popular since it was announced in September for its unique blend of features, including a full-frame 24 megapixel partially stacked sensor that can shoot 6K up to 60 frames per second in a new version of RED's excellent R3D RAW, 4K recording up to 120 frames per second, a dual native ISO of 800 and 6400, a lovely bright 4-inch screen, compact form factor, internal 32-bit float audio recording, and robust autofocus and sensor stabilization. It's also very well priced at just under £2,200 body only. But it isn't perfect, and going into 2026, I would love to see Nikon continuing to improve this camera with firmware updates, as there are some things I think it desperately needs. With this release, I think Nikon have managed to shift the perception of their brand as well, for not only the ZR, but also their other mirrorless cameras. They have also been teasing some kind of Cine lenses for their systems as well, which hopefully we will also see released in 2026. RED have also been very busy this year. First off with the introduction of Z-mount versions of their Raptor X and Komodo X cameras, which also brought improved autofocus performance. This is awesome as you can adapt E-mount lenses onto Z-mount and of course use Nikon's range of Z-mount lenses as well. They also lowered the price and then discontinued the original Komodo later in the year, which I was gutted to hear as that camera is still brilliant in so many ways, especially with the price drop that happened earlier in the year. In September they announced the Raptor XE, which is a much lower cost Raptor X with half the frame rate options and some features removed. But it offers loads of the excellent performance and features the regular Raptor X has and can still capture fantastic looking images. I'm really excited to see what 2026 holds for RED, as if they leverage their partnership with Nikon, I think they could make some of their best cameras ever. Fingers crossed, that's what we see. The amount of fantastic small camera releases we've seen this year has been pretty crazy. Of course, we just spoke about the Nikon ZR, which came out in September, with a bunch of other new products as well, including Canon's C50. Canon released 3 new cameras in this space this year, the R50V, the C50 and R6 Mark III. First off was the R50V, which is aimed at being a more entry-level video camera for them, and it does actually offer quite a bit for entry-level video focus shooters and content creators. If this is something you think we should look at more in depth, let us know in the comments. The 2 massive camera releases from them though have to be the C50 and the R6 Mark III, which do share quite a lot but are aimed at 2 different users. The C50 is the more cine video focused camera with a more robust cooling system, Canon's excellent Cinema EOS menu system and their stills menu system, and a range of other video focus features. The R6 Mark III is the more photography focused hybrid camera, but it is also an excellent video camera as well. They are both fantastic cameras that have some killer features, like their new sensor, which has solid dynamic range and image quality, 3x2 open gate recording in RAW and good compressed formats, Canon's excellent color science and C-Log 2 profile, their most modern autofocus system, and they are both really well designed physically. Which would you choose, the C50 or the R6 Mark III? Let us know in the comments. We also saw Sony release the FX2 earlier in the year, which honestly, I think gets a pretty hard rap considering how great of a camera it actually is. I just think it was maybe a little bit too late considering how long the FX3 and the A7 IV had been on the market, which it does share a lot with. It's now received a little bit of a price drop, and I still think it does have reasons to grab it over some of the competition. Towards the end of the year, they also released the A7 V, which I think is a really good upgrade over the A7 IV, but it also has received some negative press online. But personally, I think it's received upgrades in several key areas that make it a much better camera than the A7 IV, such as the autofocus, stabilization, sensor performance, and photography burst speeds. Its specs certainly aren't as jam-packed as those from Canon and Panasonic this year, but it will still be an excellent hybrid camera for loads of people, and it's a great little insight into what we may see in Sony's long-awaited updates to their FX series cameras. We only got a few hours hands-on with this camera, so I'm looking forward to getting more time with it very soon. I would love to see this sensor and technology inside an FX series camera, with maybe a few additions. Panasonic announced 3 new cameras, the S1 IIe, S1 II, and S1 R2. All of these cameras have a similar unique feature set, but offer different sensors which change them pretty drastically. The S1 IIe is based around the sensor found in the S5 II. The S1 II uses a 24 megapixel partially stacked sensor, and the S1 R2 offers the highest resolution with its 44 megapixel sensor and 8K video recording. Amongst these though, the S1 II is the standout for me, as I think it's the most well-balanced hybrid system out of the 3. And since the new firmware introduced in the later part of the year that added a bunch and majorly improved overheating performance, they really are incredibly well-featured systems now. We've looked at pretty much every one of these cameras this year, so if you want to learn more about them, check out our dedicated videos on them. And if you want us to do any comparisons or any other videos around them, please let us know in the comments. There are now so many options on the market that give you great looking images. And while yes, they can all deliver great results in the right hands, there are still nuanced differences in the image between systems. I think the big differentiating factor now between these cameras isn't image quality so much. It's usability, existing brand loyalty, and how you capture the image. This means that things like the overall menu structure and system, exposure and focusing tools, ergonomics, button layout, stabilization, and autofocus are where more important decisions lie. I think sometimes we forget that cameras are tools for capturing images and being creative, and they all have different compromises. What compromises are important or not will depend on you. If you want some more tailored advice on what camera might be best for you, reach out to one of our experienced sales staff via our website. Link to that is in the description. One hot topic this year has to be the introduction of more cameras getting open gate recording. The discourse around this has been pretty all over the place. Obviously, whether you need this option or not in your camera really comes down to how you work and what deliverables you need. Personally, I think for some workflows it can be very helpful, it's great for anamorphic, and I actually really like 3x2 as a delivery aspect ratio. Whether it's a deal breaker or not comes down to what you need, and just because someone thinks they need it, or they don't, doesn't make a camera system bad. Again, these cameras are tools, and some tools get the job done easier for different people. With so many new cameras being released this year, what do you think our most popular camera has been? Before we say, let us know what you think it is in the comments. Unsurprisingly, it was the Sony FX3, closely followed by the FX6. The FX3 was released back in 2021, and the FX6 even longer ago in 2020, and they have become industry standards now for so many different users and productions. They are both still so versatile thanks to their excellent feature set, reliable autofocus, range of lens options, and of course the now legendary 12 megapixel full frame sensor housed in both of these cameras. They haven't really dropped in price since they were announced, and on the used market they both hold their value really well because of their demand still. They are just workhorses that people know and trust. If we saw an FX3 Mark II and FX6 Mark II, there are a few things though that I would love to see improved. An FX3 with an internal ND system would be incredible. H.265 at more base frame rates would be great. 32-bit float audio recording and maybe a compressed RAW format would also be good to see. But Sony has really nailed the usability of these cameras. With the FX6 Mark II, I'd like to see an updated electronic ND, maybe using LC Tech's latest technology, an upgraded autofocus system, sensor stabilization, and improved recording formats. What would you like to see them improve with these cameras? Let us know in the comments below. If you want to keep up with the latest and greatest kit, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you want to buy anything you see in this video, or any other kit for that matter, head over to cvp.com where our experienced team is waiting to help you. Following on from 2024, 2025 has been the year that compact mirrorless mount cinema primes really cemented themselves into our industry. We now have a huge selection of different compact mirrorless mount cinema primes at a wide range of price points. This year we saw the Thypox Simera-Cs gain in popularity for their incredible price point and unique imagery. Vipoc also now make a range of positive locking M-mount adapters, which are a killer combo with the M-mount Simera-Cs. On the high end, Cook's SP3s have been very popular, and so have the recently released Lights Hectors, which are a beautiful set of primes. And going into next year, we are excited to see more of the Iron Glass Air series coming out. We managed to check out the first in the set recently, and Iron Glass have done an excellent job of taking their robust build quality and design and shrinking it down for mirrorless mount lenses. We can't wait to check them out properly. We also saw more compact, affordable anamorphic lenses come out, like the Blazar Mantis, which alongside their Remus series have become very popular amongst new anamorphic shooters, as well as veteran shooters looking for more compact anamorphic lenses. One of the big reasons for the demand of compact mirrorless mount cinema lenses has to be the continued popularity of the DJI Ronin 4D. The 4D was introduced back in 2021, but for us it's more popular than it's ever been, and it's something our demo team are constantly showing the power of to customers. More and more productions and end users are realizing what this camera can actually do, and how easily it can slide into their existing workflows and provide unique imagery that is much harder to capture with a more traditional camera setup. Going into 2026, we would love to see more firmware updates for the 4D to improve it even further. If you want to learn more about the 4D, you can book a hands-on demo with one of our knowledgeable technical consultants in our UK or European showrooms by emailing demo@cvp.com. Another trend this year has to be the influx of medium format cameras finally hitting the market. This of course includes the Arri Alexa 265 and Ursa Cine 17K, and the finally now shipping Fujifilm Eterna. They all serve different users and offer unique features. The 265 is obviously going to be very popular at the very high end, with the 17K offering the same kind of sensor size but at a much lower price, making it far more accessible to buy and rent for more people and productions. The Eterna offers something a bit different. It's a more documentary style leaning body than a traditional cine one like the other two. And instead of going for a wide sensor, it uses a 4x3 sensor with much more height, giving it a unique medium format look compared to the other systems. It's great to see more cameras with larger than full frame sensors hit the market, and we've also seen a good few lenses come out this year that have image circles large enough to cover these new sensors. Hopefully going into 2026, we see more productions get a chance to use these systems, and we see more cameras come out with larger sensors. We have the 17K and the Eterna in our showrooms now if you want to check them out, and we will be reviewing the Eterna as a priority going into 2026, so let us know what tests you want to see in the comments below. Around September, both Tilta and Viltrox announced what I consider two of the most exciting products to be announced this year. These are PL to mirrorless mount adapters that use motors connected to the adapter on manual focus PL lenses that trick the camera into thinking the adapted lens and motors are a native lens. So you can use manual PL mount cinema lenses, but with modern autofocus systems like those from Sony. If you put motors on the zoom and aperture as well, you can also control these via certain cameras. This is such an exciting development, as it should unlock the incredible focus systems in these modern cameras from their native photographic lenses and bring it to the huge range of PL mount lenses available. We've had the Viltrox Nexus in a bit for testing, and we will be publishing a video around it very soon. So please let us know any questions about it in the comments below. We're also trying to get our hands on the Tilta one, and it looks like it integrates with their Nucleus 2 system, which could make for some very interesting configurations. ND filters are one of the most crucial things to consider when buying a camera system, but there are loads of popular cameras, especially small ones, that don't have them built in. So some kind of front or rear ND solution is normally an essential when rigging up these systems. One company leading the technology charge of unique ND solutions is LC Tech, who have their excellent liquid crystal ND, which is being used in a range of current and upcoming products, including Kipitai's new range of electronic ND solutions. Kipitai's LC Mini ND has been available for a while, and is an excellent way to add electronic variable ND to PL lenses adapted to mirrorless mounts, which is very common nowadays. This type of technology should hopefully get even better next year. Lighting also had some pretty awesome releases this year. Aperture continued to grow their range of fixtures that use their new Glare color engine, and they've managed to cement themselves as a far more premium lighting fixture company now than they used to be. The 80C and 400X are some of our favourite fixtures we've used this year. Their sister company Amaran have also released some fantastic fixtures this year, including their latest Ray series, which uses their new Omnicolor engine and offers an excellent blend of low cost, light quality and feature set. It's more accessible than ever to get fantastic lighting fixtures and accessories. Nanlite and Nanlux have also been keeping pace with these guys, releasing their new Nebula color engine aimed at producing better quality light in a few of their new fixtures. Legendary photographic lighting company Profoto have released more excellent constant fixtures for motion picture use, like the LS600D and 600C. These fixtures have beautiful light quality, are elegantly simple to use, and have internal ballasts, which makes rigging them really nice. Have any lighting fixtures caught your eye this year? Let us know in the comments. We've also seen some products hit the market this year that have seriously improved wireless workflows for a bunch of different productions. This included both Arri and C-Motion, who released their L-Bus IP solutions, and Bitpart, who started shipping their Bitbox and Bitbox Mini. The Arri Nia and Ria and C-Motion Seagate are both solutions that allow for some really interesting control configurations, as you can connect via any L-Bus controller and then use existing IP infrastructure to control the camera. The Bitbox Mini can also be used in this workflow, as it essentially allows for this Ethernet control to be broadcast over RF. So with a mix of these products and other things like robust networking and fiber, you can achieve some really interesting remote setups. So for studios, sports, and really any situation where you need camera and focus control over large distances, these are incredibly useful, and is something that our tech team have demoed and spec'd out a lot this year. One great example they told me about was for a production where they wanted as little crew as possible in a chase car, so they needed a nice low latency feed going to a video village quite a way away from the camera. So this type of tech paired with a mesh network around the set resulted in the AC being able to pull focus wirelessly off the chase car at Video Village safely. One of the simplest but also incredibly useful bits of kit we got our hands on this year was the Bun-g-ring. This system is an incredibly lightweight clamp-on filter holder system that is available for a range of lens sizes and can hold up to 5 filters using the Bun-g system to hold them securely in place. I'm sure, like us, from time to time you've probably had to tape filters onto the front of your lenses for a given rig or setup, and this is exactly what this product looks to solve. They are a really neat and relatively inexpensive solution for providing lightweight filtration. They even work on the Ronin 4D with the right lens. They are super handy to have living in your bag when you need to add filtration without using a massive matte box. We also have some honourable mentions that we wanted to include here. Camcorder style cameras are very rarely released nowadays, but Sony announced the Z300, which has been very popular this year for its improved workflow capabilities and autofocus. DZO released their Lustra version of their Isle Primes. I really like this reworked set and would love to see this coating change on the Thypox Simera-Cs and Vespa 2s. More lenses with less screen flares is only a good thing. Mutiny brought out a range of accessories this year, but some of our favourites had to be their range of different timecode adapters for smaller cameras like the FX3 and Nikon ZR. These are incredibly handy for these cameras that don't have dedicated BNCs for timecode, and they are pretty reasonably priced. DJI released a bunch of new drones, but the Mini 5 Pro was the standout for its sub 250 gram weight, 1-inch sensor, and good image quality for such a small and lightweight drone. SMOHD released the Quantum 27, which is a beautiful QD OLED 27-inch 4K production monitor with a peak brightness of 1000 nits, a range of comprehensive inputs and outputs, and SMOHD's intuitive PageOS menu system. And lastly, Steadicam started shipping their Axis system with the Volt 3 Axis, and actually won an Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences Scientific and Technical Award this year for its innovation in motorized stabilization. If you've used the Steadicam before, you know just how much skill it takes to operate them, and the Volt makes it so much more forgiving to use for operators. We've done videos about a lot of the kit we've mentioned here, which I've put in a playlist which I've linked in the description. Let us know in the comments what your favourite kit from this year was, and I just want to say thank you for watching this year. We really appreciate you all watching and commenting. Have a great holiday break, and we'll see you in the new year.